when you get to a certain level of, I don't want to say success, because that's not how I define success, but if you get to a certain level of obligations in your life where you are spread too thin, you very, very possibly can't check in every hour on the hour to your social media site or your website. Absolutely. In fact, I was just having this conversation the other day with Barbara Sheehan.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Therapists often worry that if they get a community built, that they're worried how much time that's going to take to engage with them. And I know you are often on, you are often online, and you don't have verbal diarrhea like I do. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You don't do it like that. You're much more succinct in your comments and your engagement, but it's very present at the same time. For those who choose not to be engaged at all, they just want the numbers. I think, first of all, this isn't going to work for you. You cannot sustain a community. You cannot sustain a community by sitting in your house with your door shut and thinking that the bank checks are just going to keep rolling in. You can't do it. And that's not to say that everybody has to do this. But if your goal is to feed your clinical practice or to feed your video practice, then you have to commit in some way to feeding that business. And because you're a people person, you do this intuitively and without any forethought for the most part. When we stop to have a conversation like this, you can start to put into words, oh yeah, I did this, and check, I did that and that and that. But most of that, truthfully, for you and for me, is a very intuitive and natural, commonsensical thing to do. But we know many other people who have fabulous clinical skills that really struggle to do this because it doesn't come quite so naturally. They're going to be great at it when they learn to check off the boxes and focus. But it's hard as a member of those communities where the administrator never checks in or never moderates or never bothers to create the culture that I think I'm joining when I join that group. When those kinds of things happen, I'm disillusioned. And as a participant in those groups, I go away. And so will yours if they're not fed in some way. I will say that outside the world of mental health, in some of the other Facebook and blogging communities I've been a part of, I have seen that the administrator's business has grown to such a level that she has way too many responsibilities to hang out in there even every day. And when that has happened, the only time I've seen that done really, really well is when you start to bring on other people who can do as good a job as you of moderating and engaging. And so I think about, oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank on her name. There's a techie girl that does like marketing kind of stuff for people that are not in the field of mental health. And she has 3 moderators in there who are every single day involved. And I suspect they're probably on her dime. She's probably hired people to do that, to care for her community in the way that she thinks is important. And that's been really effective for her. But that's not where most of us are.
Yeah, no, and I think you bring up a very good point that a lot of people who join a Facebook group or some sort of a community, they have level of expectations,
Absolutely.
Especially with Facebook groups, they become disillusioned if you don't engage with them.
Absolutely.
And I've seen this, and I've had a handful of people tell me, where's the moderator? Who's the moderator? What are they doing? And it's painful to even see that, because not knowing that their brand can actually be harmed by that.
Absolutely. And I've left Facebook groups because they were poorly moderated or not at all moderated, and the practices on there were not in line with my values and my expectations. I think, that's one of the beautiful things about hosting your community on your website, because you have 100% control. Facebook comes in and changes the privacy settings and stuff all the time. And Facebook's great for a lot of things, but when you want 100% control, when you want to create the culture that's important to you, you're going to have maximum ability to do that on your blog.
Yeah. You know, for the past few weeks, I actually been thinking a lot about that, because I highly rely on Facebook, and I love Facebook. I love Facebook, right?
Right.
I'm there all the time. But now, you know, and I've known this before, but I never really thought about it. I have to look at how I can get some of that community or that community on another space, right? Because Facebook, Twitter, they're changing all the time. Instagram.
And sometimes those platforms just disappear. Right. I've seen people that on platforms that just go away. Exactly.
MySpace.
And it was the big dog in the day, right?
It was. So, you know, I love that you're giving a lot of tangibles. First of all, you have to know your community. You have to be engaged. You have to commit to engaging. And not all of us are intuitive or have a natural tendency to be engaging in social.
Okay.
One of the things that I love about trying to mix it up is I'm very active on social media, but I'm also active outside of social media.
Yes, you have a life.
Right. And I want to take the community outside, so that's why I'm very active in posting my selfies with groups like you know, saying,
Totally.
Because I think a lot of us hide behind the virtual community, right?
Sure. I can hang out in this virtual community with my pajama bottoms on, and you'll never know.
Right. Absolutely. So, you know, one of the other things that people talk or asked about is the frequency of posting blogs, content to build a community. You would say how often would one do that?
So I would say that first and foremost, even before you talk about the frequency, you need to talk about your ability to commit to the schedule. Because on your website, people are going to expect that you're going to show up as often as you say, and you get to decide what that is. I would say if you've not been blogging at all, if you've not been putting up a video at all, then you need to commit to at least once a month. And that's not ideal. That's a start. I tell people in Blog Start for Therapists that if you've never blogged before, or you've blogged completely erratically with no schedule, put yourself I know I'm talking to. I say put yourself on one post a month on your website. And keep writing your posts. Just don't necessarily publish all of them at the same time. Post once a month, put yourself on a schedule. If you can do that consistently for 3 to 6 months and you already have more blog posts than that ready to go or videos ready to go, absolutely don't post one of those every single day. Then go back and backfill and post twice a month instead of one. Backfill with those extra ones. And if you can keep that schedule of twice a month for 3 to 6 months, and you've got extra ones brewing in your head, put those down, put those on video, do whatever, and backfill again. Because ideally, you want to be posting once a week. But to tell somebody who hasn't been doing that consistently at all to try and do that, it's like you're trying to do too much, too fast. You want to build this slowly, because posting on a regular basis, whether it's once a week or once a month, that alone starts to build trust with your audience.
Got it.
You already know the marketing cycle is know, like, trust. They have to get to know you.
Yeah.
If they get to know you over that steady, predictable pace, every month I'm going to get a video from Ernesto, then I start to know that I trust you to show up and do what you say you're going to do.
Interesting. You know, some of the things that I'm hearing from you is that can destroy a community is, one, non-engagement or lack of engagement.
Absolutely.
2, and inconsistency or no consistency or sporadic.
Absolutely. It's like shooting yourself in the foot and then saying it doesn't work. Video blogging doesn't work. Oh, well, really? What are you doing? Posting 3 times a year. Good for you. Don't bother. I would say don't bother.
Wow, that is a phenomenal. Before I forget, I want to go back a little bit. For those of you who are watching and really want to know blogging, Tamara, you also have Blog Start.
Blog Start for Therapists, yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's give you a plug real quick, and I'll have all that information on this video blog and in the description section of this YouTube. So I want you guys to be visiting the website and tell us a little bit about that Blog Start.
Blog Start for Therapists. I'm in the middle of a series right now. It's a 4-week class. It's online. It's live. We cover everything you need to know to get started blogging. It's not an advanced course. That one's coming. I just haven't got it yet, but it's coming. And so we talk about the very first things you need to do after you get your platform set up on your website. So I'm not the geek, I'm not the tech person, I'm not the person to ask, but if you've got a blogging platform set up on your website, it's only focused on therapists. We cover everything from risk management and ethics to what you need to do for your content, how often you need to post, how to measure whether your blogging is doing you any good and achieving the goals you want it to achieve, how to get comments on your blog, and really just a little thumbnail piece of how to start to build that community.
Awesome. And you said that the starter for new bloggers is once a month. What is an ideal?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week. And that, by the way, is not related. That is not related to that community. So you have to be posting on a consistent basis. The people have to come, and then you have to decide how to get them to comment and engage in that community.
Okay.
And there's a million ways to do that.
Okay. Tell me a call to action. I am a huge believer in call to action. I love that.
You're great at that.
Thank you. So tell me, what would be a call to action that would engage people?
Can I tell you first a call to action that will turn people off?
Ooh,
do you mind? Because I see it a million times a day. A call to action is at the bottom of every single video and every single blog post that you put up that says, if you need counseling, call Tamara today. That's a bad call to action. It'd be great if it happened once in a while. It would sound more authentic, like you actually care about the person rather than you care about pitching and selling to that potential client. Lousy.
Wow.
It's great to put it there sometimes, but with your community building, I'm feeding you, you're feeding me hat on, then think about asking just simple, open-ended questions to engage that person who's hearing you to contribute and step into this community. It's a baby step. It's not pay me money and hire me to be your shrink. It's I care about you and I care about your voice and what you think about this too. So sometimes I'll write a list post, or you might do a video and give 7 tips for blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I intentionally, sometimes I accidentally don't list everything I know. But sometimes I intentionally don't list everything I know, and my call to action is for you to contribute. What did I leave off this list? Can you think of something else that might be helpful? That's a call to action. I'm asking you in a nice, subtle, conversational way to join my community.
Ah, I see. So you're saying that you readers, viewers, may have some really good things that you want to listen to or hear about. I want to hear it.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Tamara, that is actually really, really brilliant, because it helps, it communicates to the viewers and the readers that they're valuable.
I care what they have to say. And if you look on your Facebook page, and I look in my blogging community, boy, you and I have posted some really great nuggets there. But the meat, the value in my community and the value in yours is all those other people and what they've shared.
Yep.
They fed each other. They were generous with resources. They encouraged somebody who needed encouragement for a day.
Yep.
And that is much more valuable than you and I being know-it-alls who fail to know everything.
Yep. And I love that you mentioned that, because a lot of people look to me and go, wow, you know everything about videos. No, I don't. Sometimes you guys post things on my group. I go, oh, I didn't know about that.
Exactly. Exactly. For sure.
And I make it known, like, oh, I didn't know that. And one of the things that I love to do is post my video fails.
Yes.
How many times I would, I think the most video takes that I've ever had was 45.
You have no idea how good that makes me feel.
People go, wow, you're so natural in front of a camera. Yeah, because
I
edit. Called edit.
And what that does, it builds so much more trust, because, especially in this generation, the expectation is transparency and authenticity. They're not looking for gurus. They're just looking for somebody who can help them a little bit better and be real and authentic and care about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Tamara, this is not the last time I'm going to invite you in here, because I have a whole list of questions that needs to be answered. Unfortunately, we don't have much time about this, but there's going to be a lot of times when I am going to call you and go, Tamara, I got this information. We need to talk about it on video. Would you be interested in doing that?
I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. How does one get a hold of you besides anything else, if they want to work with you?
Yeah. The easiest way is to go to my website. It's www.tamarasuttle, TAMARASUTTLE.com.
And it's going to be on the bottom of the video right there too.
It is going to be on the bottom of that video. And I have a gift. I have a gift for your peeps, but when is this going to be published?
When are you giving? I can do it right away. When will you?
Don't do it. I need you not to.
Okay.
Edit
this out. So when would you think?
Can we try next week or later? I don't care.
Perfect. All right.
Then can I tell you what I'd like to leave your people with?
Let's do it.
I want to give them just a little handout of 25 ethical and practical ways to build their online community so that they can get started if they haven't already.
Oh my gosh, that is golden, you guys. Tamara, thank you so much for that.
You are a dear. Thank you, and Ernesto. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm going to see you in Colorado.
Yes, you're emceeing. When Sean told me, I was so excited. I was so excited.
The other thing too, I saw some of your posts in, the mountains where you were at. I was like, oh my gosh, how long did it take you to get there?
Ernesto, let me take you. Unless you have things you need to go do. We can be there from my house in an hour and a half. It's a great day trip from Denver. You can get there in an hour from Denver. If you're staying in Denver and you go on your own, just get there before Labor Day. They close because of the snows.
Oh my gosh. All right. It's a plan, Tamara.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Absolutely. So everyone, this is Ernesto and Tamara. Thank you so much for listening. I will have all her information in the description section of my blog and description section of this YouTube. And please give her a call. If you are stuck in your blogging and how to build community in any of your platforms, your website, give her a call, please.
Let's do it.
All right. Signing off, guys. Bye-bye.
Signing off. Bye.